Are you trying to grow a beard like mine? I get it. I really like this, and I've been doing this for about 6 weeks. So I want to walk you through exactly different ways you might be able to stimulate hair growth on your face. So listen up. For those of you who are joining for the first time, my name is Dr. Ross Kopelman. I'm a hair transplant surgeon and a hair loss expert, and I wanted to try to grow my beard out because it's been about 15 years. I wanted to see if I could still do it, and now I really understand why people love their beards. So we are going to talk about all the different ways that you can stimulate hair growth on the beard. I do this all the time because I have patients who come in frustrated because they're not getting enough growth. So listen up and we're going to walk you through it. The first thing that we have to do to improve hair growth on the face is improve blood circulation here. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, I don't usually recommend microneedling, but in this case, that might be a great option. A microneedling device or a dermostamp that has a 0.5 millimeter to 0.75 millimeter depth would be appropriate, and using that once a week. Do not use it more than once a week because you can cause scarring to the face, but by going like this and being very gentle when you do it could be very important for helping to improve blood circulation and oxygenation to the hair follicles. This is important for growth. There's also the possibility of using red light therapy, but I don't think it's going to be as impactful as using microneedling to the beard. The next thing that we have to weigh is hormones, and the most important hormone for beard growth is testosterone and DHT, dihydrotestosterone. Now the question is, how do you increase that? Well, first and foremost, decreasing stress, because if you have a lot of stress, cortisol levels will go up, and cortisol will actually suppress testosterone. So easier said than done. Trying to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, eating a balanced diet, making sure that you have vitamin D, B12, zinc are all vitally important. Actually, resistance training and exercising will increase your testosterone levels, which then converts to DHT, and that's going to help with hair growth here. What's so interesting is that DHT on the face and on the body stimulates hair growth, whereas DHT on the scalp causes miniaturization. So a very common question I get with patients is if they have hair loss on the top and I put them on finasteride and dutasteride, these are DHT blocking medications. So they will help prevent further miniaturization on the scalp, but theoretically they can cause miniaturization of the beard. I don't really see that as being an issue because I have a lot of patients who come in with beards and hair loss on the top. I put them on the medications, they have hair growth on the top, and they don't really have miniaturization of the beard. The reason for that is because blocking the 5-alpha reductase enzyme that converts to DHT, it's less likely to have an issue on the beard. That's essentially the story. So I wouldn't be too concerned if you're taking finasteride or dutasteride that this is going to cause miniaturization of your beard, but it's something to keep in mind. And at the end of the day, you have to weigh which option is more important for you. If you want to really address your hair loss, well, having a medication like finasteride or dutasteride is going to be vitally important. But maybe if you're so concerned that this is going to miniaturize your beard, well, maybe you don't want to be on those medications. Now, my favorite way to stimulate hair growth is actually with a medication called Minoxidil, and you can use topical Minoxidil or oral Minoxidil. Topical Minoxidil, I like 5% men's Rogaine foam. You can apply this once a day to the beard, or you could take an oral pill of Minoxidil. I like 2.5 milligrams. Now, the critical thing that you have to understand is that Minoxidil works by improving blood circulation to the face, to the scalp, so you're gonna get hair growth everywhere, especially if you're using the oral pill. If you're using the topical, this is really going to be primarily right in the beard area. Now, what it does is it improves blood circulation and oxygenation to the follicles, which is important for growth, but it also thickens the follicle. So if the follicle looks like this, it thickens that follicle over time. You have to be patient when you start using Minoxidil. It takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months to see an improvement, but you will see an improvement, and I put a lot of patients who want to stimulate hair growth on their face on this particular medication. Now, there's one thing that we can't avoid, and that's genetics. Some of us get lucky and get these really dense beards like myself, but some have patchiness, and we can't avoid that. Sometimes you have thinning of your mustache, your goatee, you don't have enough hair on your jawline. In that case, regardless of what you rub there and nothing grows, you must think about a beard hair transplant. And a beard hair transplant involves taking hair underneath the chin or from the back of the scalp. It's usually done with FUE, follicular unit extraction. We get really great results when we extract hair. It's usually 1 or 2 hair follicles that are implanted in the areas where you're missing hair. When you go for a beard hair transplant, it takes anywhere from 6 to 9 months for regrowth, 1 year to see a final result. I would encourage you to check out my detailed video about beard hair transplant comments below, because I think that's really insightful if you want to learn more. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you have a little bit better understanding about what you can do to stimulate hair growth on your beard. If you have any questions that I've not addressed, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, I'm here on this journey to help you stimulate your hair growth.